Hey, I had such a great week last week. We had our pastors getaway the first half of the week, then our tech slash creative getaway the second half of the week, and I just came away super pumped, excited about this year, excited about what God is doing, and one of the things I'm real excited about, a little adjustment that God did for me was that we need to be true to who we are. And that's true personally. We need to speak with the voice that God has given us and be free in that. And God has adjusted me again and again on that issue personally. But even as a church, churches have their own kind of DNA, their own kind of personality. And I think a lot of churches, they end up getting off the rails and not being true to themselves sometimes because they fall into a certain style of program or whatever, thinking that this is going to bring growth, and then they end up not being true to who God has called them to be. And so anyway, I think we've drifted a little bit. Honestly, we've drifted a little, and so we're going to make some slight adjustments to get back really to who we are. We're loud, we're big, we're we're not going to apologize for that. We're just going to hand out earplugs and hopefully, handle complaints graciously with a smile, joy. And the other thing, that really is clarion clear is that God is calling us to call, I'm using this phrase, it's not original to me, but call out the gold. I've heard this a number of times over the year, call out the gold in people. God has deposited so much into his people, talent, and abilities and all that I think lies dormant a lot of times because we're sort of, consumer culture. We sit and watch versus engage and employ. So this year is really going to be a lot about let's call the gold out. We're going to be launching, and I'll tell you more about this later, but it's going to be under the umbrella of Lighthouse Rising. We're just going to have a creative group that empowers the creative arts, those who are gifted in whether it's artists, painters, writers, musicians, whatever. We want to empower them to do what God has called them to do and give them avenues to employ their talents for the glory of God.